Low-carbohydrate diets have gained widespread popularity for their effectiveness in supporting weight loss, stabilizing blood sugar, and promoting metabolic flexibility. From keto to paleo to general carb-cutting trends, many people are seeing real benefits from reducing their intake of breads, grains, and starchy vegetables. However, one important nutritional consideration that often gets overlooked in these plans is the reduced intake of key B vitamins, especially thiamine, B1, niacin, B3, and folate, B9, which are naturally abundant in many carbohydrate-rich foods. These vitamins play essential roles in energy metabolism, nervous system function, and cellular repair, and when carbohydrates are significantly limited, so too is the intake of these important micronutrients unless compensated with thoughtful substitutions. Thiamine B1 is especially closely tied to carbohydrate metabolism. It acts as a coenzyme in the conversion of glucose into ADP, the molecule that fuels every cell in the body. In low-carb diets, while overall glucose intake is reduced, the body still needs to metabolize small amounts of carbohydrates and switch more heavily to fat and protein metabolism. Thiamine remains essential in these metabolic shifts, especially for tissues that prefer glucose, like the brain and red blood cells. Normally, thiamine is found abundantly in whole grains, legumes, and fortified cereals, foods that are often minimized or excluded in low-carb eating. Without alternative sources such as sunflower seeds, pork, or certain types of fish, people following these diets may unknowingly fall short, risking symptoms like fatigue, irritability, or brain fog. Niacin B3, another B vitamin reduced in many low-carb diets, is important not only for energy metabolism but also for the maintenance of healthy skin, nerves, and digestion. Like thiamine, niacin plays a central role in converting food into usable energy and is highly active in cells with high energy demands. Whole grains and legumes are major sources of niacin, and these are also frequently limited or eliminated in carbohydrate-restricted eating. While some niacin can be synthesized from the amino acid tryptophan, this process is not always efficient, especially when protein quality or overall nutrient intake is lacking. Without strategic dietary planning, including foods like chicken, turkey, peanuts, or tuna, niacin intake can fall below optimal levels, which may lead to reduced stamina and sluggish metabolism over time. Folate, B9, is yet another nutrient that deserves attention in the context of low-carb diets. Essential for DNA synthesis, red blood cell formation, and neural function, folate is especially important during times of rapid cell division such as pregnancy or recovery from illness. Naturally occurring folate is concentrated in leafy greens, legumes, whole grains, and certain fruits, all of which may be limited in strict low-carb regimens. Although leafy greens like spinach and kale are generally allowed and encouraged in most versions of carb-restricted eating, it's still easy to fall short of the daily folate requirement without a broad range of plant-based foods. Fortunately, folate can still be maintained with intentional planning, such as including avocados, Brussels sprouts, and liver, foods that are compatible with lower carb philosophies but still nutrient-dense. The good news is that with careful dietary choices, low-carb eaters can meet their B vitamin needs without compromising their nutritional integrity. Animal-based proteins like eggs, liver, and fish can help provide B1, B3, and B9 in meaningful amounts, while low-carb vegetables such as spinach, asparagus, and mushrooms can contribute additional support. Supplements may also be considered in more restrictive versions of low-carb diets, especially for individuals with higher nutritional needs or limited food variety. Importantly, not all low-carb diets are equally depleting. Moderate low-carb or cyclical approaches that include some whole grains or legumes can help balance the benefits of carb control with the body's ongoing need for these crucial micronutrients. Ultimately, while reducing carbohydrate intake may bring specific health and weight management benefits, it's equally important to protect the nutritional richness that carbohydrate-containing foods often offer. The goal should not be to eliminate nutrients with the carbs, but to find smart and sustainable ways to keep them in the picture. By being aware of potential B vitamin gaps and planning meals that compensate with other nutrient-dense options, people on low-carb diets can enjoy the best of both worlds: metabolic balance and complete nutritional support.